The AH-64D Apache, a 17,000-pound nightmare for enemy armor, and occasionally for the pilots trying to tame it in DCS. This isn't just a helicopter, it's the digital embodiment of finding out after someone messes around. I've spent countless hours trying to master this beast. Nights filled with spectacular kills followed by equally spectacular crashes. When I first jumped into the pilot's seat, I thought I could rain down destruction with this powerful muscular machine. Boy, was I wrong. Without proper training, I might as well have been throwing myself off the top of the Golden Gate Bridge. This is the real Apache experience. No Hollywood nonsense. Just pure, unfiltered attack helicopter simulation. The kind that has you cackling with joy one minute and questioning your life choices at 3 AM the next. In the next few minutes, I'll show you why the Apache module is simultaneously the most frustrating and rewarding experience in digital combat simulator. The AH-64D Apache module was developed by Eagle Dynamics and released in early access in March 2022, with continuous updates since then. This isn't just any helicopter. Even in real life, it's one of the most sophisticated attack helicopters in service today, and DCS doesn't cut corners when it comes to simulating this beast. What you're getting here is a full fidelity, full interactive cockpit. Both the pilot and gunner stations are fully modeled and clickable. That means you can switch from piloting up front to going weapons crazy in the front seat. Just like the real thing, the module features authentic systems modeling, including the Target Acquisition and Designation System, TADS, forward-looking infrared, night vision, and that iconic monocle display system, the Integrated Helmet and Display Sighting System, IHADS, that projects crucial flights and targeting information directly into your eyeball. It's as cool as it's confusing when you first try it. The level of detail is frankly ridiculous. From authentic startup procedures to complex weapons management systems. This isn't a module you just pick up and fly. It's a module you wrestle with until it grudgingly agrees to let you survive a mission. The Apache comes with the comprehensive documentation that you will definitely need. Trust me, read it before you hop in. Or, enjoy the fiery learning curve. Your choice. Let's talk eye candy. The external model of this Apache is simply stunning. Every rivet, antenna, and sensor pod is meticulously recreated. The texturing is crisp, with realistic weathering that makes it look like your Apache has actually seen some action, rather than just rolled off the showroom floor. The cockpit, or cockpits I should say, are works of art. Both the pilot and co-pilot gunner positions are modeled with incredible attention to detail. The multifunction displays are sharp and readable, and all the switches and buttons have the satisfying "I'm controlling a $1 million death machine" feel to them. The animations deserve special mention. From the realistic blade flex during hard maneuvers to the way the chain gun tracks with your targeting. Even the way the Apache settles on its landing gear feels right. There's something deeply satisfying about watching those rotor blades slowly come to a stop after a successful mission, or a less successful one where you somehow manage it to return home. Now, let's talk about the flight model, the part where the fun really begins, and where many sim pilots smash into a wall of frustration. If this is your first time flying a helicopter in DCS, brace yourself. The thing will slap you around like a wild horse if you're not gentle with the controls. It's going to kick, buck, and throw you around until you learn to finesse it. But don't let that scare you off. I'm probably one of the worst helicopter pilots you can imagine. And yet here I am, not just flying the Apache, but actually surviving long enough to have fun with it. Sure, I still bounce off the ground more often than I'd like, but if I can get the hang of it, you can too. The Apache uses DCS's advanced flight model, and it shows. This isn't your arcade-style helicopter. Ground effect, translational lift, vortex ring state. These aren't just theoretical concepts, they are daily realities. Every collective input, every nudge of the cyclic, it all matters. And unlike some other helicopters that might forgive you heavy-handedness, the Apache demands finesse. Weight also plays a huge role. Load up with a full set of Hellfires and Hydra rockets, and you will feel it. Your climb rate drops, your maneuverability suffers, and your power margins shrink. Suddenly, that aggressive pop-up attack you're planning becomes a dicey proposition if you haven't managed your power correctly. And hovering? Yeah, about that. Let's just say it's a love-hate relationship. Bringing this 17,000-pound beast to a controlled hover, especially on the fire, can feel like trying to balance a beach ball on a pencil. You'll bounce, skid, and drift in ways that will make you question your life choices. But with practice, and maybe a little rage quitting, you will start to get the feel for those subtle control inputs that keep you in place. Transitioning from hover to forward flight and back again is an art form in itself. The Apache tends to pitch forward as you accelerate, and managing that transition smoothly takes practice. But once you get it right, there's nothing quite like swooping low behind a ridge line, popping up to unleash a hellfire, and disappearing back into the nap of the earth before the enemy knows what hit them. When it works, you feel like a helicopter god. When it doesn't, well, there's a reason this module has such a detailed crash animations. Let's be honest, while flying is fun, the Apache isn't exactly known for its relaxing sightseeing tours. This baby is built to bring the boom, and DCS doesn't disappoint in that department. The star of the show is undoubtedly the Hellfire missile system. This fire and forget, or fire and find something else to shoot. Missiles can be deployed in multiple ways: direct, indirect, ripple fire, or rapid fire. The laser guidance system works brilliantly, allowing you to designate targets yourself or have a teammate do it for you. The iconic 30mm M230 chain gun is as satisfying as you'd hope. It's slaved to your helmet-mounted sight by default, which means it points where you look, an experience that never gets old. Look and shoot might sound simple, but there's something deeply satisfying about glancing at a target and watching it erupt in a hail of 30mm goodness. The ballistics are accurately modeled too, so you'll need to account for range and movement when engaging distant targets. Then we have the Hydra rocket pods, which come in various flavors including high explosive, armor piercing, and white phosphorus for when you absolutely need to mark a target while also setting it spectacularly on fire. These are unguided, so your aiming skills will be put to the test. To be honest, I'm not much of a fan of these rockets, but they are effective against grouped personnel and light armored vehicles. There's a certain art to firing these at just the right moment. Too early and you'll miss. Too late and you might not have time to evade the enemy's response. The weapons management system itself deserves mention. It's complex to put it mildly. You will spend time learning the various display pages and targeting mods. But once mastered, it allows for incredible flexibility in engagement. You can seamlessly transition between different weapon types to adapt to whatever threats pop up. The Apache's cockpit might look like someone threw a keyboard at a wall and then installed screens where the keys landed. But there's a method to the madness. The avionics suite is where this module really shines, and where you spend hours figuring things out. The Target Acquisition and Designation System, TADS, gives you multiple viewing modes, including Day TV, FLIR, and DVO, Direct View Optics. Switching between these depending on weather and time of day is crucial for effective target acquisition. The thermal imaging is particularly well implemented, with different heat signatures for various vehicles and terrain features. The integrated helmet and display sighting system, IHADS, or the monocle, as everyone calls it, is a game changer. This helmet-mounted display provides crucial flight information directly to your eye and allows point-and-shoot capability. It takes some getting used to, but once you adapt, it becomes second nature. Just be prepared for some initial disorientation as you learn to focus on both the monocle and the world beyond. Navigation systems are comprehensive but complex. You have waypoints, reference points, control measures, threat data, all manageable through the multifunction displays. The moving map functionality is particularly useful for mission planning and situational awareness. Communication systems are fully modeled too, including multiple radio channels and a robust intercom system for crew coordination. If you're flying with a human CPG, co-pilot gunner, clear communication becomes essential, and the systems support this wonderfully. While the Apache is fantastic as a solo experience, it reaches its full potential with a human in the second seat. The division of labor between pilot and gunner creates a unique cooperative experience that few other modules can match. When flying with a friend, the pilot can focus on keeping the helicopter in optimal attack positions, while the gunner handles the target acquisition and weapons deployment. This teamwork creates moments of perfect coordination that are incredibly satisfying, especially when you pull off complex attacks against multiple targets. Even solo, the Apache offers multi-crew capability through the George AI system. Your AI co-pilot can handle either flying or weapons employment with variable competence. He's not perfect. Sometimes his target prioritization seems questionable at best, but he's a helpful companion when human friends aren't available. You can issue commands through an intuitive menu system, allowing for decent coordination even without voice communication. The Apache integrates well into larger multiplayer scenarios too. Its reconnaissance capabilities make it valuable for scouting, while its firepower means it can support ground forces effectively. Just remember that in multiplayer, unlike single player, those enemies might actually know what they're doing. Stay low, fly fast. Let's not sugarcoat it. The Apache's learning curve is steep. Like trying to climb Everest in flip-flops steep. You will need patience, dedication, and maybe a bit of stubbornness to master this beast. Start with the basics. Learn to take off, hover, and land without smashing into the nearest tree or buildings. Once you've got that down, move on to weapons employment. Practice engaging targets in simpler, controlled scenarios before you dive into full-scale combat missions. The included training missions are a great place to start, and they will walk you through everything from code search to complex tactical maneuvers. Outside of the in-game training, there's a wealth of community resources to tap into. Chuck's guides offer excellent step-by-step breakdowns of systems and procedures. And there are some fantastic YouTube tutorials by real Apache pilots who dive deep into tactics, special handling characteristics, and the real-world mindset you will need to master this machine. And here's the silver lining. Despite its initial complexity, the Apache's onboard computer systems actually handle a lot of the heavy lifting once you get the basics down. Automated flight control systems, advanced target tracking, and intuitive weapons management make life a bit easier once you push through that early pain. So stick with it. It's worth the grind. So, is the DCS AH-64D Apache module worth your time and money? Well, no helicopter in DCS is what you'd call easy. If you're looking for a pick-up and play experience where you're raining deaths from above with the minutes, the Apache probably isn't for you. But if you're willing to invest the time to master one of the most capable attack helicopters ever built, then absolutely yes. The combination of authentic systems modeling, challenging flight characteristics, and devastating firepower makes for an unmatched helicopter combat experience. There's a real sense of accomplishment that comes with mastering this beast. From nailing a precise hover to executing a perfect attack run with a friend in the second seat, it's the kind of challenge that keeps you coming back, flight after flight, long after the honeymoon phase is over. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, smash that like button, subscribe for more DCS content, and let me know in the comments which module you'd like to see reviewed next. Until then, keep your collective up and your altitude. Well, preferably higher than the trees. I'll see you in the skies.